RiverBender.com.
I wanna be high, so high. I wanna be free to know the things I do are right. I wanna be free.
From memory.
Spelled just like it sounds.
How are we doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you, CJ?
Hanging in there. You know, we were talking, my allergies are kind of wonky, but we're getting through it, you know. I feel like it's pain and suffering day for the boss man for pay day. When pay time comes around, this is like my pain and suffering money.
Yeah.
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 Probably not going to happen.
And the weather's turned off nice. Right?
Yeah, right? Well, it's a great week to start getting out again and really start making our lives a little bit easier so we can stop by Comfort Cuisine and then already have all that prep time eliminated, eat a good meal, and then use that time to go for a walk.
Absolutely. You know, and kids are doing after school activities and, you know, everybody's busy. So this is a good way to just get an easy home cooked meal.
Well, and now you've been in business a full year?
Yeah, almost a year and a half now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, that's what I thought. And now how has that year and a half been?
It's been great. It's been a lot of learning curves, you know, just trying to figure things out. But I feel like I've finally kind of honed in on my target customer base and, you know, what they like, what they don't like, you know, so I'm really focusing on the tried and true favorites these days.
Really cool. And now for the folks who maybe haven't stopped in yet, take us through a little bit of what Comfort Cuisine has to offer and, you know, some of the really great menu options that are available too.
Sure. So my concept is it's all takeaway. So I prepare everything, package it, and sell it refrigerated for you to come take home and heat and eat. I like to think of it as a better alternative than, you know, a drive-through fast food option. And my menu changes every week. I focus on comfort food, as the name implies. So it's, you know, it changes. Like, you know, a couple weeks ago it was meatloaf, and this week it's chicken a la king. And, you know, so I'm focusing on comfort food. I've recently added a couple of new menu items, which I'm really excited about.
I know that you were telling me too about this breakfast takeaway option.
Right. So I decided, you know, breakfast is something that a lot of people will skip. I know I do.
Yeah, and my thing is it just takes too long for me in the morning because I want to have a good, you know, bacon and eggs and all that, but it's just timing.
Right. So keeping with my concept, which is takeaway, heat and eat type food, my breakfast items, for instance, this week it's a pulled pork breakfast burrito.
Oh, wow.
So it's pulled pork and eggs and potatoes and what else did I put in there? Cheese, of course. And then I make a homemade salsa and serve it with the salsa on the side. So you can just grab it, take it with you to work tomorrow morning and heat it up in the microwave and you've got a nice hearty breakfast.
Well, and like you said, it's so much, you know, better than going and getting that, you know, I hate to say it, but that hash brown that's probably been sitting in the freezer for 4 months and, you know, it's good, but it's not good for you.
Yeah.
And, you know, but this is what I like is you really put this love and care into your meals to where, I mean, you're getting that home kind of cooked nostalgia when you're eating this, plus you're getting all this good nutrients too, so you're starting your day off well.
Well, I hope so. You know, one of my goals is to evoke food memories. And, you know, chicken a la king this week, in fact, I had somebody come in yesterday and they said, you know, when they were a child, they hadn't had it since they were a child, and when they were, you know, they'd ask their mother, what's for dinner tonight? And mom would always say, chicken a la king, you know, and so I hope that I evoke some good food memories as well.
Well, and on top of that, has your breakfast started? Your breakfast options, are they out there now?
Yes, yeah. So this week I have the pulled pork burrito. I also am doing a tropical overnight oats parfait.
Really cool.
Yeah. So that one's of course cold, but it's an easy and somewhat healthier maybe option than the pulled pork burrito.
But, you know, honestly, what I think's great is the fact that it's really affordable, too. Because, you know, so many times, especially if you go to, you know, these fast food restaurants, unless you have their app, you're going to be paying a lot of money for this really bad food. I went to Hardee's, just a Star Burger was $9. I mean, that's insane. Why would I do that if I could just go and, for breakfast, pay cheaper, and then for lunch and dinner, you're paying right around same price for a good meal?
Yeah, I try to keep the price point reasonable. You know, as a business owner, you're walking that fine line, right? But I always kind of ask myself, and my husband and I have several conversations about, what do you think about this? Would you pay this for something? So, the goal is to try to keep the price point at a reasonable place.
Well, and just like this, I mean, if you go and you guys can see this by going to comfortcuisine.biz, you can see, I mean, right here, their breakfast. Oh, let me zoom in. My eyes are getting really bad now, Lori. I'm getting old. $7.50 for a pulled pork breakfast burrito. I mean, that's actually a really affordable breakfast because to me, that's a restaurant style breakfast. And if you go to a restaurant, you aren't paying $7.50 for that. Or I wouldn't expect to.
I don't know. I mean, maybe not. Yeah,
I wouldn't. I wouldn't expect to. I'd expect like $12 just because of all the you add the soda on and all that good stuff. So I think it's right in there.
Sure,
it really is
good.
And then $3.50 for overnight oats is great.
Yeah, it's a 12 ounce. It's a 12 ounce serving. So it's. I mean, I had one, and I actually split it between two breakfasts because it was more than I could eat in one. But
how about that?
Yeah.
Well, and now too, I saw this week you have the hot pulled pork sandwich. You're serving hot sandwiches now.
Well, I'm giving it a try. I've historically always been, my lunch boxes were always cold sandwiches.
Right.
But I wanted to give a hot sandwich a try. I still have a cold sandwich option, but it kind of played into the whole pulled pork burrito concept too. So. I've slow roasted some pork roasts and seasoned it up. I'm going to give a plug to some local natives here, Alton natives who've since relocated to Hawaii, but I use their spices to season my roasts, and that's a Papaya Spice Company.
Oh, wow.
And so I have a stock of that at the store. I sell it at the store. I also use it in a lot of my recipes, but I season the pork with that and then toss it with just a little bit of barbecue sauce and serve it with sauce and bread and butter pickles on the side.
Really cool. Well, and see, this is what I think's great is the fact that you're always trying something new too. And see if it works. If not, great. If it does, then even better. Right.
Well, I'll have to tell you, the pulled pork has been pretty popular.
Has it?
Yeah.
Good for you. That's awesome.
And that makes me a little nervous because there's a lot of really good barbecue places here in towns, right?
Well, that's true.
So, but it has been popular. In fact, I'll be putting another pork roast in to cook today because
there you go.
I don't want to run out.
Does it affect your prep time when you have to start worrying about the hot items a little bit?
No, not really.
Interesting. Yeah,
I feel like I've gotten into a really good, efficient routine. So Tuesday I can do some extra cooking. And it doesn't. It's just fine.
And then you have a side option too, correct?
Yes. Yeah. All the lunch boxes come with your choice of a side as well as a taste of our desserts of the week. So my sides, I always have potato chips, and then I do some type of side salad. This week happens to be coleslaw,
nice.
Which goes great with pulled pork.
It
right?
really does. That's kind of the side with the pulled pork sandwich.
Yeah, I think so too. And then choice of my desserts this week, I have carrot cake. Mm-hmm. That is my aunt's recipe that
That's cool.
Yeah, she's made that since we were children, and it's again those food memories for me. The carrot cake is it. I also have the peach crumb bar,
which is right here in my hand. I'm not going to tip it over, but I will be trying that here shortly.
All right.
That looks fantastic.
Right. Yeah. Thanks. So with the lunch boxes, I do just a taste. Just a piece of what you have there that comes with the lunchbox.
This is so cool. And with that being said, you can also order ahead as well and see and really get some items that are off this week's menu that maybe are not on this week's menu, but different items that you wouldn't see on this week's menu. Correct?
Yeah. So I always have. First of all, I always have things in the freezer. So items that can be frozen that didn't sell all of them. I didn't sell all of them in previous weeks. I will put into the freezer and I'll discount them. I do have some items that I've marked even further down from the normal 10% discount. I've marked down to 25% off.
Oh, wow.
So I have several items that are 25% off in the freezer. And also I do pre-orders. So I think I see you're on the pre-order page. So I'm always taking orders for what I'm going to be serving next week. And I always give a 10% discount on any pre-orders. I'm really excited about next week's menu, actually.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, this is where I think it's fun because next week, I mean, you get really into the seasonal items.
Yeah, I love the holidays. So next week is Mardi Gras, right? So, or Fat Tuesday. And so I'm...
It's about time. This was a really late Mardi Gras.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, so this is a type of food that I love to cook. I love to eat it. And so I'm really excited about the gumbo and the red beans and rice that I'm making for next week.
Well, it looks really great. And this is what you all were seeing on the screen here with me is just a little bit of that next week where you have the red beans and rice, your gumbo, your Cajun potatoes. I mean, this just looks fantastic. I mean, it really does just look good. So, how long does it take for you to kind of curate everything? Is it just, do you kind of get spurts of creativity, or is it just kind of something that you set aside time for and really try to just plan for an hour or two?
Well, one thing you may not know about me is I'm always thinking about food. I mean, I wake up thinking about what I'm going to eat for dinner tonight, right? So it's kind of a natural thing for me. If I have a few minutes, or I'm online and I see a recipe or I see something on a television show that inspires me, I will just start looking it up and going, ooh, I think I want to make that. That's going to go on the menu. When am I going to do it? Now, I do try to think about, I don't want to serve chicken 2 weeks in a row, or I don't want to serve beef. I want to try to mix it up. I try not to serve all pasta because I could easily cook pasta every week. So, yeah, I mean, I
wouldn't blame you if you did.
There's a lot of kind of always in the back of my mind, things going on, thinking about the menus, but it's actually pretty easy for me to come up with stuff.
That's real. It has, and over the last year and a half, has there been a way that you've changed maybe the way that you prepare food just because of the learning curve of, being hands-on with this, a couple of, over 12 months in?
Well, I think the biggest thing is learning how to scale it up.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, for sure. Are you seeing a bigger intake of your clientele? Yeah,
and I'm actually seeing, most recently too, I've seen a really big uptick in people looking at my Facebook page, talking, there's chatter on Facebook about the business. I've seen several new faces come in the shop, and they're like, oh, I've seen you on Facebook, or, I've heard about you and just want to come in and see what it's all about.
Really cool. And, with that comes, I'm sure, the time to cook more.
I do this. I do this because I love to do this. I've always wanted to do this, but I also am very cognizant of trying to keep that work-life balance. Right. And so I really try to carve out at least one day, maybe a day and a half a week, where I'm really not thinking about the business. So I have time to add to the business if it were to grow. But I really want to keep my free time. I'm looking forward to golf this spring, actually.
I can hear, Yeah. But it's really good for people to know too that, at Comfort Cuisine, you're for every aspect of the family, because you also make, treats for dogs that are very healthy and really nutritious for them too.
Yeah. That's because I have a couple of pups of my own. So, I have to take care of the puppies, and the dog treats are definitely something that I make on my own. I try to make sure that they're good, healthy options for the pups.
And what are in them, just so maybe for the folks that are wanting to stop by and grab some, what are the ingredients that you use?
Well, I try to use either unbleached or whole wheat flour. That's kind of a big thing. I believe this week, currently it's apple cinnamon. Yeah. So those, it's really... applesauce and cinnamon and honey and flour.
So all things that are just perfect for your dog. Actually good for them too,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, I think there's like dried apples too. So yeah, it's good. My dogs love them.
That's awesome. Well, there's your testament. Well, and see, that's what I think's unique, because every once in a while, you know, like BarkBox will send me, you know, something that's, you know, a dog cookie, and it's like, well, that's great, but that's been stale for 3 months, so I don't know if he's going to be able to have that. So to have something that's, you know, fresh baked and really, you know, cool, that's great for me too.
Yeah, I alternate between the apple cinnamon, and there's a pumpkin one that I like to do as well. So when I run out of the apple, I'll switch it up to pumpkin.
So how good's the steak and mushroom soup?
Oh, well, I only have 1 quart of it left, CJ, so that tells you how good it is.
Well, this is just fantastic. And now, what's your Monte Cristo hand pie? I've never had one of those before.
So Monte Cristo is typically it's ham, turkey, cheddar, and Swiss cheese, and I put it in a puff pastry shell. So I pile that inside of a puff pastry shell along with raspberry jam, which
really cool.
Sounds odd, but it's so good. It gives a really nice sweet element to it. Bake it. So it's it's a hand pie. So you can take it, get it today, put it in I would recommend putting it in your toaster oven or your air fryer, because it's going to crisp up and really be good. But
like a Hot Pocket.
It's a but it's like a fancier Hot Pocket.
Cool.
Better for you, Hot Pocket.
One that's actually going to be the right temperature all the way through.
I hope, yeah.
I always hated those darn Hot Pockets. It's like one of them's freezing cold, and the next bite, your mouth is on fire and scalding.
You get the cheese that goes down your chin.
The 3rd degree burn mark.
Exactly.
Well, you know, can we order online, or do we have to order or pay in store?
So you can, for this, what I have on this week's menu, I am not taking orders online.
Okay, gotcha.
But you can call me, you can text me, you can just stop in the store, and whatever I have available, it's fair game. Like I said, you know, when I run out, like I have 1 quart of the steak and mushroom soup, and I don't really plan to make more of that, because typically if I make it late in the week, it winds up in the freezer, right? But everything that's pre-order and in the freezer, you can order online. So if you order something on the pre-order menu today, you'll pick it up next week, one of my business days, one of the days I'm open.
Really cool. You got a moment to stick around?
I sure do.
We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with Lori and Comfort Cuisine with more right after this on RiverBender.com.
Hey, would you drop by the pharmacy? My doctor switched my cholesterol medication.
Yeah, will do, honey. I'm glad he's looking out for you.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including managing chronic conditions. Schedule an appointment today.
What are you doing?
We did our home insurance ourselves, but don't feel protected.
So you're building your own American Family Insurance roof line?
Yeah, life's better when you're protected under American Family's roof.
That's not how it works.
Dad, go, it's gonna hit.
See, that's how it works.
For real protection, save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois with specials 5 days a week. Mondays roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grab like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. 9:34. A little bit of change. People are busy today. I'm telling you what, the last couple of days, people are getting, the weather's warming up. You know, once it gets warmer outside, people get back to work. They start getting active again.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, you know, we've had it so cold for so long.
Well, you know, you also, on top of, you know, Comfort Cuisine and everything else, you really do love food, and you talk about it all the time on a podcast.
Definitely. I do.
Fill me in on it.
That's one of my latest projects. A good friend and I have decided, we've talked for a long time about doing a podcast. And so we've put this together. The podcast is called A Seasoned Friendship, and it's myself and my good friend Robert Myers-Lucier. And we just kind of got this off the ground, but we're very excited. We've done an intro podcast, right? Just kind of, hey, here's what we're about. Here's who we are. We've focused on our first real episode on one that is hot dishes and casseroles. Our latest one was spicy recipes.
Is this the one that I'm on right now?
Yeah, I think you're on a recipe page, perhaps.
It's from one of your.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. It is the heat and flavor.
I like the way you lay it out. That's cool.
Thank you.
So you have the blog, the episode, and then you have the recipes that are discussed in this one.
Absolutely. And we went a little crazy with this last one. We had several recipes.
How cool, though. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow.
We love to talk about food. We could get on the phone and talk for a couple of hours. So one of us said, "Oh, this would be a good podcast." So we decided to put it together.
Well, and you also assemble more material for people to explore, and that's really unique too. I think that's awesome that you go above and beyond like that. It's not just a podcast. I mean, the blog's cool, but the fact that you do the recipes is really awesome. I mean, that's kind of a full picture right there.
Yeah. Well, Bob and I have very similar backgrounds in that we both have been and are trainers, and so to educate people, it kind of comes naturally. And like all of the additional materials from last podcast I give all full credit to Bob on that because he pulled all that together.
Really cool. How long is each episode normally?
We try to stick around 30 minutes, but the last one we got a little long-winded and we were more like 45 minutes.
That's cool.
We want to keep it between 30 and 45.
Really awesome. Well, and then on top of that too, not just with the menu and the next week options where you can pre-order ahead of time, and then this week's menu where you can go in to the store and pick it up or reach out and arrange it. But you also do catered comfort, where you do catered desserts, correct?
Right. Well, catered comfort, I call it comfort food for a crowd, and it's just over the Christmas holidays, I offered certain desserts, and they really seem to resonate with people. But pretty much any dessert that I have on my menu that you've had and you say, ooh, we've got a party coming up and I'd like to have a full pan of that, reach out to me because I can make a custom dessert for a party. I also like to do small dinner parties. Usually it's like an entree, a salad, and possibly a dessert. Small dinner parties, focus on small because I'm one person, so
right. But what do you think? Like up to 20?
Yeah. I think up to 20. I did something for 100 recently, and I learned that maybe was a little too much. So. Yeah.
I could easily see that. 100's a lot of people to cook for.
Yeah, and I have a very small place, and I have limited storage, right? So, you kind of have to think in terms of the correct scale.
Well, and before you said that you kind of have figured out your group now, your crew of who do you think if maybe someone hasn't gone by your storefront yet, who do you think really fits the mold that you're trying to service here?
Well, I want everybody to come in.
That's a good answer. I was waiting for that one.
But, I see a lot of busy families, right, that are, they're just on the go, right? And this is an easy meal. I see a lot of people who just simply don't like to cook.
Right.
Or don't have time to cook.
Or, I was even thinking, because for me, it's like, well, why would I go to Schnucks and spend $20 on a meal for one? Because no matter what you get, by the time you get the meat option and you get, a side option, you're going to spend easily $15 to $20 on that when I could just already have it cooked with the same type of food that I'd like from you.
Right. Well, thank you. Yes.
That's kind of my point. For single people, why wouldn't you do that? Because there's not really a good singles option when you're trying for affordability anymore when you're grocery shopping.
And my entrees are generally 2 moderate servings or 1 large. So you could potentially
lunch
have
the next day, or
you could have dinner. You throw together a salad, eat half of it, and then take the rest for lunch the next day.
That's really cool. See, that's exactly where it really does serve a lot of purposes, and it's just it's not fast food, but it really is in a way, because by the time you get home and put it in the whatever reheating device you want to use, you're done within 10 minutes at most.
Yeah. I would always recommend that you reheat in an oven.
Yeah.
But I put everything. Most weeks I put everything in a microwavable container. So, to help facilitate.
How long's the reheat times normally in the oven?
Well, I would say anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad still.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about the prep time or a messy kitchen.
Exactly.
Winner for me. With that being said, what do you hope to do at Comfort Cuisine the next year, next couple of months? Anything on your mind?
I want to expand keep offering the breakfast items, keep working on the hot sandwich. If the hot sandwiches take off, I could be convinced to put in a sandwich press, and doing some hot sandwiches.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I have several. My husband's been pushing for that for months.
Keep pushing. I'm in. I'm 100% in.
Yeah. So, it's a little outside of my business model, right? Because everything is refrigerated. But I think that, especially with the warmer months, I see a lot more people downtown, and people are looking for something that they can just take, maybe go sit down at the Lincoln Douglas Square and have a nice little picnic.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, and when do you guys do your podcast? When do they normally, is it just when you all are available too, or?
Right now we're doing one, we're trying to do one a month.
Okay.
We're scheduling them to where we record about mid-month, and then they come out about a week later, because there's I'm sure there's a lot of editing, and there's the website that has to get updated and everything else. So try to get it out once a month, but we just talked yesterday about maybe doing more than one a month.
That'd be cool. Honestly, what you're doing is great. I love it. I'm a big fan. Well, I always tell people, I love to see the effort in it, because if it's good for all of us, and this is great for all of us, especially if you give us recipes and not the Google ones, because, man, those are tough. I used to think that's where you go get recipes, but it's a nightmare, because you go on there and then you're inundated with 55 ads just to find out how much time you need to preheat the oven for,
Yes. Yeah.
Those blogs are brutal.
You have to sift through, so many recipes to find a good one.
Yeah. 100%. Or you can just stop by Comfort Cuisine and not worry about all that. It's done.
Yeah.
Taken care of. And now with Mardi Gras next week, fill us in on your specialties or your menu items next week for the holiday.
So I'm doing gumbo yaya, and that's essentially a chicken and sausage gumbo served with rice. I have a vegetarian option, because I always try to do a vegetarian option on my menu, and that is the red beans and rice this coming week. My breakfast items, I'm doing what I'm calling a heat and eat hearty breakfast, which is going to be a sausage breakfast casserole with a side of hash brown casserole.
Oh, wow.
As well as a mixed berry baked oatmeal. My soup is Cajun potato soup. And my lunch boxes, I'm doing a muffaletta, which is very, very Mardi Gras, with a smoky potato salad.
What's a muffaletta? I just got to let the cat out of the bag. I'm sorry.
So a muffaletta.
I try to not listen a lot of the time, but this one I'm curious.
This one I do ham, roast beef and pepperoni. I'm going from memory here with provolone cheese. But the thing that makes it really, really good is there's an olive salad. So it's a zippy olive salad that goes on it, and it's piled high on a bun. I'm going to put it on a ciabatta bun.
That sounds awesome.
It's one of my favorite sandwiches.
I am in. 100% in.
Come by.
Oh, man. All righty. Well, you better stop by. You can go to comfortcuisine.biz, correct?
Correct.
Or you can just stop by the storefront. What's the physical?
4 East Broadway.
And then what are your hours?
Monday, Tuesday, 11 to 6. Friday and Saturday, 11 to 3.
Really awesome. Well, I'll see you there at Comfort Cuisine. That is just a great opportunity, too.
Yeah, thanks.
And get your doggos treats there, too, and make them really happy. But see, then you're going to spoil them, though. So you got to kind of do that with moderation, I'm sure.
My dogs are very spoiled.
I'm sure. Right. We'll take a quick break. More Daily Show on this Tuesday morning. Comes back right after this on RiverBender.